Hi guys, how are you? So, it's been 2 weeks since I've moved to my new place, and very slowly making it my own. Very slowly. I mean, things are quite expensive here. The I had to buy a small stove instead of the regular two-burner tabletop stove that they have. It is still cold here. I can't believe that it's cold. So even though I'm wearing a sweater, pretty much lived in my sweater, my other one, which needs to be washed, and so I've taken this one on. It's okay. It's not cold. It's chilly, and it's not comfortable chilly for me. It is get a sweater, put on a pair of socks, and if you didn't have to touch your phone or something, wear gloves. It's not. It doesn't require that, but I don't think I have really good circulation in my hands, my digits, so yeah, I have to keep rubbing my hands together. Anyway, it's a nice apartment. So my apartment is what you call a 2L 2LDK. So the 2 means 2 rooms, which could be bedrooms or whatever. 2 rooms. L means living room, D means dining room, K means kitchen. Of course, you get the bathroom and stuff with that. And it's a fairly nice size apartment. It's actually more than I need. I would be fine living in a 1DK, 1LK, at least one room plus something. That's fine for me because I don't really, because the bigger the house, the more spaces you have to fill. And I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. So I pretty much try not to buy too many items to fill the space. Right now, I just need 2 tables, one for the kitchen or the dining room for me, at least a two-seater. One-seater is fine. And for my office, I just need a space big enough for my laptop and my sewing machine, my tabletop sewing machine. And I could easily take the laptop off the table and use that space for the sewing machine. So I don't need a lot, and I need a chair, a proper chair, because I have a back problem. So, and I sleep on my futon. I probably need a base. I do need a base, something to keep it right, to not make it, so it doesn't make contact with the um, tatami floor. So I need that. So I really want to keep it very simple because if I have to move, I don't want to be moving with a lot of things. I was able to just pack everything in my car from Fukui and drive about 4 hours to my new apartment. And I just moved the things one by one until my friends came and helped me. But by the time they came, I had already pretty much emptied the car. So yeah, and I really want to get a cat. I mean, let's be real. Everybody knows I'm an animal person, and I particularly love cats. They're my weakness. When I was in Jamaica, I accidentally started fostering cats slash kittens, and that was my life for the 3 years I was in Jamaica. And I've always had cats as a child. I think I might cry. And I've always had pets, cats being the main ones. And I remember when my last cat died or was put to sleep, I pretty much vowed not to get any more pets, no more cats, no pets, because I hated dealing with them dying. I just hated it. And the way the last cat died was just too much for me. So I said, no more, no more cats. And for a few years, that was it. And when I was supposed to move to Japan, my grandmother moved in, and I knew she was going to have some lonely days because her daughter, my aunt, um, would be working during the day. So I said, you know what? Let me get her 2 cats, because the cats would need a companion. So I wanted to get 2 cats. I adopted a cat from JSPCA. They did the surgery, foolishly put the cat with another cat or other cats, and the cat died because I think they attacked it, or I don't know what happened, but they called me and told me the kitten that I had chosen had died. I was very upset. I can still remember it, how I felt. So I went in and I was very upset with them, and I made them know about that. And I think I'd chosen a companion for that cat. So I went in and chose another cat, and I said, don't you guys make the same mistake. So I brought the two cats, and they loved each other. One was younger, and the younger one died. They were inside outside cats. That's how I'd always raised my cats, inside outside cats. I have a different view now, but the environment, my home, could not accommodate inside only cats. It was just not possible. And I'd always had cats. I mean, I had my cat that lived until she was 18 years old, and she was an inside outside cat. So anyway, that cat, before I even left for Japan, 2 weeks before I was supposed to fly out, the younger cat was killed by dogs. The other cat lived until while I was still in Japan, and then he got sick and died. My mother had taken him to the vet, and he was on medication, but something, I don't know, but he died. So anyway, so went back to Jamaica, fostered a bunch of cats for 3 years, and I realized I love having cats, and they're so good for my mental health, like so good for my mental health. Being back in Jamaica was a little difficult for me. Like I said in a previous video, I don't do well in Jamaica. I do better outside. But having those cats for the 3 years were really good for me. Other than, praying, because I'm a Christian, and I prayed and I meditated on the scriptures and stuff, but it was really nice to have a physical thing to focus on. And cats, I think animals are gifts from God. I really do. I really believe they're gifts from God. They were created, we were supposed to take care of them, and they give us a certain amount of fulfillment and peace of mind. They calm and they do something for us mentally and emotionally. So I really want to get a cat. So I'm in my apartment. I cannot get a cat, a pet, at least not a cat or a dog. I prefer cats. I'm going to ask. They'll probably say no, because their Japanese people are quite inflexible. They don't go outside the box. So I'm gonna ask anyway, because that's who I am. I'm going to ask, and they'll say no, which means I'll have to find my own apartment. I'm gonna have to do that. So which means I'll probably have to move again. I'll have to prepare myself for that. But I want a cat. Not just one, I want two cats. I want a tabby and a black cat. Those are my two favorites. I like ginger cats too, because ginger cats are tabby. They're orange. Ginger cats are orange tabbies, or ginger tabbies. That's what they are. So that's my hope. That's my hope. That's my plan. And I hope my plans work out. And if I get a cat, I'll be so happy. Or at least it will add to my happiness. Okay, so wow, this is going to be a long video. UR apartments. I wanted to talk about this. So I was living in a Leo Palace that was provided by my company. Very convenient. The one I lived in, I did not like it. It was carpeted, and no matter how many times I vacuumed and used the little roller thing, the sticky thing, no matter how many times I did that, it was always dirty. I don't wear my shoes inside the apartment. I don't have straight hair. My hair is locked, so it's not like strands of hair falling out. But there was hair coming out of that carpet, and not all of them were curly. So I don't know. It was just filthy. I vacuumed, and it would still be dirty. I mean, I vacuumed this apartment, the tatami, and I didn't even get the same amount of dirt I would get from my old apartment, which I lived in for 6 months, and I would vacuum it and stuff. Anyway, focusing on that too much. So anyway, your apartments. Now, I was able to find the apartment I liked. It's a different prefecture, so I had to have my friends look at the apartments that I chose. So I chose 3 apartments I wanted them to look at. My friends went, they looked at them, did a video, showed me. I chose one, submitted my application. So the apartment was in one city. The application had to be submitted at the office in another city, same prefecture. So one set of friends checked the apartment physically. Another friend submitted my choice, and in the meantime, I was in communication with the UR office via phone and email. So they were telling me what was required and so forth. They were very accommodating because I was in a different prefecture, like 3 hours away by car. I could both email and mail the required documents on the day I was to move in. Because of the time constraints, I drove. So anyway, I got the apartment. On paper, I got the apartment. I needed to go into the office, sign the papers, pay the money, collect the keys. So I packed my car, my K car, which is a 660 cc engine car, small, packed everything I owned, my small amount of furniture, I deassembled, put them in. I had to throw out some things I wanted, like the fan. I had to throw that out, unfortunately, and some other things. And I was like, oh man, I wish I hadn't. I'm sure I could have stuffed them somewhere in the car. Drove for 2.5 hours from Fukui to my new prefecture. Parked the car, went to the office, signed the documents, blah blah blah, paid the money, yada yada yada, and then drove about an hour to the city I was going to move to the apartment, UR apartment. Went to the office, the local office, showed them the documents and blah blah blah. I got some documents. They explained some of the rules to me about trash and payments and all of that. And I got my keys and I drove to my apartment, went up the stairs because there are no elevators, and looked at the apartment for the first time on the moving day. Moved my things in. I think water was already there. There was no gas to heat the bath. So the water was cold, like ice. The first bath I took, or shower, not a bath, the first shower I took, and it had to be a gentle shower, my teeth were chattering and I was like, I was so cold. And there's no air conditioner. So there's no, in Japan, you can get an air conditioner that gives both heat and cold. So there was no air conditioner. I had no heater. So bundled up, slept. I still don't have an air conditioner. I got my gas 3 days later. So cold showers. Teeth chattering cold showers. And I'm not talking that I had a full, wonderful shower. I just had a shower. and I still haven't furnished it because things are expensive here. So I had to get a 1 burner stove. I was able to get a secondhand fridge and a secondhand washing machine because I was not going to be doing my laundry by hand. My hands will just shred if I did that. And I'm not joking. Yeah. So comfortable enough. I can't wait until payday so I can go get what I need. Yeah, that's it. So your apartments are really, really easy. You go on their website, you can choose your apartment. You can use some agencies, real estate agents. They do not charge an agent's fee because your apartments are a little different. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. Go on the website, find the apartment you like, if they in the place you want it to be. You can choose pet friendly, but they're very limited. Where I live, there are none in the city. None. So if I want to have a pet, I would have to move to a different apartment, unfortunately. So that's it. I hope the information is helpful, and if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Bye.